Welcome back, Pythoners. In this video, we will delve into the two other variations of the if statement that we cover in conditionals. Now here we only use something called an if statement, but there is one called elif and there's one called else. And before we start with those, I'm just gonna remove this. And before we start that, you saw we use the comparison operator here to make an expression. We could have, some people don't know this, but we could have used a variable directly in here. I remove this and just said is adult. It is equal. We already did the comparison here, and then we stored the result of it here in the is adult variable. But for this case, we can keep it there because it becomes easier to read. Now, this example won't be very usable when we introduce the other two concepts. So I'm gonna make another one. Let's see. Comment out these there and there. And then here, let's say we want to create a grading system, say for your courses, some course you're covering. And you know, in Europe we have, at least in Sweden, we have something from F to A. You know, F where it's failure, and then I think it's E where it's passed, and then comes the higher grades up to A, where A is the highest. So we have, let's see, F, E, C, A. So how can we handle this kind of situation? Now, let's say you have a very easy system. Maybe this advanced situation comes later. So let's create a grading system that only has passed or fail. And in Sweden, we actually have this called EG, which is fail, and G for passed. But for our use case, maybe we'll just call it pass and fail. And you say in your course you have to do an exam and you have to score something. An exam you can score from 0 to 100, and to pass you need 60 or greater. And here we have the, you can already see it because we did something similar up there in the is adult. It's called grade to pass grade. We need 60. Kind of bad name. We'll get back to that. And say the user or the student score was 59, so they didn't pass. Now we can start with the first conditional, the if statement, and we say if the parentheses. All right, I even remember. Python, we don't even need the parentheses, so my bad up here. In many programming languages, you can, as you saw, you can use the parentheses, but you don't have to. But this is one of the nice benefits of Python. You can just say if student score was greater or equal to pass grade, and the colon. And here, while we wait, there's a, you see we have an error down there because the looks at the syntax and see we haven't added something. For now, when you're thinking and you don't want to see the errors, you can add something called pass, just so we can get some breathing room. And then I can just bring this down there, and here we can add a print. And then I could say, let's see, you passed. Now, if I run this, we see no output because we will only print this if they passed it, and we have nothing for when you don't pass it. And we don't want to change this, you know, just to see the output. So we introduce the else statement. And here, similar to if, we end with a colon. And then here, we say print you failed. And now if I run it, we see you failed. So if this condition is not achieved, then this will execute every code in here. If we had like a lot of code, blocks of code, and say I did pass, then we'll see you pass. Now this was our simple grading system. We only had pass and fail. And you saw like if we needed an else, then we could add it. But if we had a different one, like here, this should only happen if you're an adult. Perhaps it's similar to uh, you're registering for a website and you're creating an account, and then they have this checkbox and it says, "Do you want to subscribe?" So that we, send you weekly newsletters. And it doesn't need to halt the entire program or not, change a lot of things. We only need that little detail. But this is a simple pass system, pass or fail. But if we have this one more advanced, then this will not be enough. Now, yes, we could do something here, which I believe we could add conditionals inside here. And could say, first we checked if they passed over 60, and then we could add here if, for example, student score is greater than 70. And then I can say, maybe they got, you got the grade D. And then we can continue. But should we really be adding multiple if? For example, for all of those, I could say here, if 80, then you got C. And then here we have 90, let's say C. And to get an A, you really have to score high, at least 95. To get an A. Oh, and here I even see I will update that. We don't need to do this. There's another construct we call the elif, which is short for else if, and we could have added it here. Sorry, elif. And similar to print, we have a conditional here, and we could have said if student score is greater or equal, or let's just say, then, and we will see. We see something wrong here with our thinking, which is good. It's good to see that. But let's copy this. And then we can remove this. So they were a bit hard to read. So we see we have 3 situations. And here we see something you might not have seen this. Let's run it. Let's say I now have a student score of 75. I should be getting a D, right? Now let's clear this so we can have a refresh, and then let's run. I only got you passed. Why didn't I get you ID? Because the order matters. Now here, we're first checking if the student score is greater than equal to 60, which it is. Then it enters this block here, this area with the indentation, and it executes that, and then it's done. It skips the rest. And we don't want that. We actually want to see the higher grade we achieved, not just we passed. We got you passed, we got an E. So how do we do this? So we said order matters. So what I can do instead, I can move this one up there. And I'm going to do, in the beginning, you should really write this yourself, but I'm going to be lazy. Let's see, let's just do it like this. And then I have to move this up there because the right print statement. And now let's run it. You got the grade D. So it checked, I had higher than 70. We printed this, and then we bypassed elif and else. But if I now change it back to 60, and I run, you got an E. And if I go back to 55, you failed. So you see, program got a lot more interesting now when we have a conditional. And we can do this now for all of the grades. Can do it for C, B, A, for example. So let's see what happens. We can see if we can be a bit lazy here. Leave. Right. I realize I'm going to be a bit lazy here. Student score is 70, and then here we will have 80. This should be elif. Anything that follows. And then, not sure my system here is working. Here we have D, and here we have C. Then we can, I think I'm helping myself here. Bear with me. 80, and here you will have C. Here we will have RB. And then here we could have R95, which is RA. We have that same system. So we have over 95, or to make it interesting, maybe we'll do equal. And then for B, you have to be greater than or equal to 90, and the same here, and the same here. So now it will go one by one. And it's not very difficult to read compared to if I would have a nested conditionals when I had those if statements inside. And now we can, for example, test this. Let's say I have 80, should then get C. Yes, we got C. How about 90? Or let's 91 for instance, B. And if I did 99, then an A. And if I got under 60, then I failed. So this covers if, elif, and else. And it's up to us to use. We don't have to use, even here we have variations. For example, I could have just, let's temporarily remove this. And then nothing will happen if I now run it. No output, as you saw. Because we only cover greater than equal 95 and greater or equal to 90. So this is something we can do. And we could even remove that, and then we have only if. And then we can go back. And we don't need to cover all cases. Maybe we only had a few grades like A, B, C. So this is the power of conditionals, a lot of variations. Right, until next time.